Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JD. This is our hangout for Team 4YC. I'm getting stuff together right now, posting the links on our pages so that other people can go ahead and follow along or ask questions or whatever the hell they want to do. And usually I'm pretty upbeat, but today just absolutely pissed me off. It really did. Absolutely. I mean, there's got to be times when you just know that the world's just going to take a big shit on you, and you just have to accept it, and you got to accept that's just the way life is, and that's pretty much it. There's got to be a time that you need to realize that there is nothing better than the life that you have, and that you can't advance. Everybody's holding you down. The bills are stacked up. People are blowing up your damn phone because you owe them money. Uh, the girl's pissed at you. She's bitching and complaining because she's got bills that need to be paid, and you feel like a piece of shit because you don't have the money to pay her bills. Um, I mean, is this really worth it? Am I why am I even still doing this damn hangout? I With that being said, my name's JD, Team 4YC. If you're still with me, all of that was an act. My day was great today. My day was absolutely awesome today. I had the opportunity to do what I do best, and that's to help improve somebody's life. That's to help improve my friends' lives, and to help them get on track and just stay motivated. Um, I did that because, excuse me one second, I'm going to go pick up my keys real quick. Got my keys. So, what I was saying was, and that's the reason if I really was mad, then I probably would have thrown my glass or something that was breakable, or my phone or whatever. But I love being able to change people's lives. I do, and I'm not talking solely on the aspect of money. I mean, money's necessary to get through life. It is, and they can say the money's the root of all evil. Money can't buy happiness, but I'm going to tell you right now that money sure as hell helps. It does. It does. But again, that little scene at the beginning, none of that's true. Um, but you run into people almost on a daily basis that will come up to you and man, my day sucked and yada yada yada. This is going on. This is going on. This is going on. Now, be honest though. When you first started watching it, and I started bitching and complaining, your mind immediately started going to negative stuff. Okay, what's this? This is not what I tuned in for. I don't want to hear this stuff. I just got done busting my ass all day at work. Why do I don't want to hear this stuff. And which is why if you're still watching, I thank you for watching it. And I'll be sure to go ahead and send another email out to my list that I invited to this and let them know that that was a stunt, just in case anybody actually left. In which case, I don't blame you because I hate negative people. I hate negative people. I hate people that feel that it's pretty much their job to bring you down to their level where they're at. If somebody's in a pissed off mood, they do it all the time. They come up to you, man, today I did this and the boss is riding me and da da da, and I want to quit. I want to quit. You may be at a job that you absolutely love, but you have somebody there that always talks negative about your job and is trying to bring you down. And it's just basically what I'm getting to is you need to figure out how to get people, the negative people, out of your life. And the hard part about that sometimes is those negative people are some of the friends that you've had forever. And those negative people are family members. And just people that you absolutely love, and you do not want to tell them, get away from me. This is not the path that I'm on. All right? I don't want to ride your little roller coaster of negativity 10 times. I want to go on another ride of, something I'm going to have fun on. That was a horrible example. But learn how to do, I mean, it's plain and simple, okay? Some people, they grow up, become adults, they raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. Plain and simple. I'm not talking about die like death. I'm talking about die like dying inside. The people that refuse to work on themselves and get better at what it is that they do, or to better themselves by, quick example. Okay. I'm a United States Army veteran, and I didn't work on my degree at all when I was in the Army. I didn't even think about school. I didn't. And I can tell you about the sob story of when I got out and I was homeless and living in my 2000 Suzuki Esteem when I first came to Phoenix, and I was. Though I'm not going to go into all the details on that. I can tell you about the divorce. I can tell you about a bankruptcy. I can tell you about all that stuff. Okay? But one day I made a decision that I'm tired of all that. I was tired of all that, and it was time to improve my life. So I found another job. I found another way to be positive. I'm working on my third degree, which is awesome. Even though I may not need the degree to be at the level that I want to be at financially right now, I may not need it. I still want it because that's an accomplishment. Okay. That's something that I can check off my list. But it came to a point to where I said, if life is going to get better for me, then I need to improve myself. And that's what I started to do. So I started to search. I started to look for help. I started to do all the things, or look for some of the things that my negative people in my life said would never work. It would never happen. And at first I agreed with them. Little quick story on me. I've always wanted to advance in life. And I was always looking for different ways to advance in life. But at first, the thing that I did wrong was I was looking for that GRQ scheme, the get rich quick scheme. I was looking for that. I was looking to put $20 down and don't do anything and become rich, basically. But I spent thousands of dollars on these systems that people would say, like, for example, I'm going to call him out. I don't care. Anthony Morrison. Google Anthony Morrison. He used to do these work from home things, marketing schools and whatnot. And so if you follow these simple steps, you will be able to, make such and such income or whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and put my earplugs in here real quick so I can get out some of the negative feedback in the background. But I fell for it all. I did. I was gullible. I fell for it all. I've got the books. I've still got Anthony Morrison's book, which I did read, and it made a lot of sense. But what I fell for was the fact that he said, if you join me, you'll get this mentorship. And so I put down, I believe for that one, I put down $3,500 to get into his school of marketing and learn how to run my own business. But the reason why I did it is because he said the magic words to me, and he said, you will get a mentor. you will get a mentor. You will get a mentor. And that's what I needed because I didn't know shit. I don't know anything. I didn't know anything about email marketing. I didn't know anything about solo ads. I didn't know anything about, anything, basically. Again, I'm an Army guy. I was a communications guy. If it didn't have to do with, putting together and taking apart any radio satellite system in the military, I didn't have a clue. And that was the extent of my education at that time. So I paid into it. And on top of that $3,500, there was also a monthly payment because the total of his program was about $5,000. Okay. And so I bought in. I bought all in. I was like, great, I'm in. And I showed up for my first appointment. And by show up by my first appointment, I meant we were supposed to do a live hangout together with me and my mentor. And he was a no-show. And matter of fact, he never sent me the link. I sent him an email. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we missed it. We'll reschedule." I said, "Fine." But this went on for 3 months. Kept missing and rescheduling and missing and rescheduling, or not even answering emails or responded. So finally, I stopped payment on that, and I got out of that. And because, again, it didn't matter what I was learning in his little school of marketing, I still didn't know how to implement what I was learning, and which is why I needed the mentor. And so I was in collections. They put me in collections, and I called them up. Well, before they put me in collections, they called me, another one of these collections calls I used to get, and told me that I needed to start making my payments again. And I said, well, look, the product that I signed up for is not the product that I received. I was supposed to receive these mentoring sessions to help me get going, and that was the biggest thing that sold me on. And they said, fine, we'll get you your mentoring sessions. I was like, awesome. They said, as soon as you start making your payments again. And I said, I had some choice words for them, some of which I said at the beginning of this, but I don't care to repeat because they put me in a negative mood, or I'm not going to do that. And I never paid it again. And within like a year and a half, I put those payments in a bankruptcy, which was at my very bottom because I pretty much squandered away what I had to try and get my life straight again. And that didn't work out. That didn't work out too well. So about 8 months ago, I decided, you know what, I'm not giving up on humanity. There's some good people out there. I know for a fact that there is a way to make money out there. I just have to find it. I just have to find it. That's all I was asked for. Just show me where it's at. Show me the legitimate way to make money. I don't care how much work I have to put into it. Show me how to do it. And I saw this at the time. I was writing for Vets on Media. I'm still with Vets on Media, vetsonmedia.com. I'm the director of sports entertainment for them, and I'm also the co-host of JD's Rockin' Sports on their network. And I'll continue doing that regardless of how much money I make, because I love doing that stuff. I'm all about sports. If you ever want to talk sports with me, just look me up. I love it. But I was writing articles for my website, jdsrockinsports.com, and I was writing articles to send in to Adam Burris, my boss, and James Fonbush, the other boss, for the Vets on Media website. And so I was like, look, I know I'm not making any money with you guys, and I don't expect to make money, because I was helping them get the company off the ground. I consider myself part of it, and I had to put in my dues to help them do that, because we do entertain our military family, and as a veteran, that's important to me. I'll do whatever I can to do that. I'm wearing right now a Guitarist for Vets shirt. Check out their website, guitaristforvets.org. I'll leave some free publicity. They do a great program where they help out veterans with like PTSD and TBI, traumatic brain injury, something like that, through music, and teach them how to play guitar. It's an awesome program. So, and they didn't ask me to do that or anything like that. I just love doing that because I know it helps. But so I'm doing this for free, and to this day I'm still doing this for free, even though my job actually carries a lot of weight with them, because it's my job to get with professional sports organizations and create a partnership with them, which I'm doing all right. We've got a few. We've got the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've got the now Arizona Coyotes. We've got the Baltimore Orioles. We've worked with the Arizona Rattlers, and we're just growing. Okay, and that's my job, is to help us grow. And I'll do that shit for free. I love doing titles. So that stuff's easy. I can do all that stuff right from my computer. So anyway, so I was like, well, let me see if I can get a little extra income for all this stuff that I'm writing. Let me figure out a way to do it. And so I Googled, how to make money blogging. Real simple. And I came across this Facebook ad. And the funny thing is, I didn't even look at the words on the ad. I didn't even look at the words on the ad because the picture had a picture of a young man who I now know as Dave Wood, who's the founder of the organization that I'm in right now. And put on my hat, put that back on. I'm more of a hat person, t-shirt, shorts, whatever. I like dress comfortable. But he was wearing an AC/DC t-shirt. And it's one of my favorite groups. AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Motley Crue, Jimi Hendrix, loves some Hendrix, some Purple Haze, The Who, you name it, Ted Nugent. Love Ted Nugent. My ringer is actually Ted Nugent. Stranglehold. So if you know that song, that's a phenomenal opening. I love that. Can't play the guitar for shit, though, so please don't ask me to play it. I've tried. I'll go back to it eventually. But anyway, so that's how I came across this community. And but the thing that caught me was I'm like, it's another work from home, earn the money, all this stuff. They never actually said an amount, which was funny. And I was just like, freedom and all this stuff. They were saying all the right keywords to me, that I wanted freedom and work from home and control your destiny and things along those lines. Everybody wants to do, because everybody's goal shouldn't be to work in a cubicle for the next 40 years. Everybody's goal should be to work your own business and be happy with your life and travel when you want to travel and don't travel when you don't want to travel. But just enjoy life and staying positive and being happy. And just which, by the way, today was one of those things where I was listening to "Happy" by Pharrell, and that song's just stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head. It's like I'd sing it for you, but then I know you'd leave my webinar. So please stay, go watch it on YouTube, whatever. But it's an awesome song. It gets you moving. And I was dancing today at work. But anyway, so I was like, all right, but how much? How much? First thing in my head, $3,500, $5,000, $10,000. How much money is it going to take me to get in to this awesome, the thing that's out there, the new thing, I guess you would call it? And I looked at it and I did some research on it. It was $25. And at the time, it was like a Saturday. It was a Saturday when I first checked it out. And I think that day I was seriously looking at ordering like pizza and wings, and that used to be my weekend thing. I would get a large pizza, 20 or so wings, and that would be my meal with a large Sprite. I know I can put down some food. Don't ever underestimate the power of food or the power of me eating food. I can hang with the best out there. I don't know if I can hang with what's his name, Joey Chestnut. Probably can't do that. After about 4 hot dogs, I'm pretty done. I'm spent. He does 4 hot dogs in about 15 seconds. Yeah, about that. Nope, not gonna happen to me. So anyway, I usually spend about $30 to $35 on a good pizza and some wings, from like Streets in New York or something like that. And it's like $25 a month. Well, shit, I spend that a weekend on pizza and wings. I'll put down $25, check it out. And it did. The coolest thing about it, and I didn't expect it because they never said you'll have a mentor and that Monday, a gentleman by the name of Brent Waymeyer, who's now is a really good friend of mine. I love him to death. And he showed me a lot. And obviously, with that being said, I joined. And Brent Waymeyer called me that Monday. It was a Saturday I joined. He called me. No, correction. First, he hit me up on Facebook. Yeah, he hit me up on Facebook and said, when can we talk? And I was like, holy shit, there's an actual real person to this. Because again, $25, I could have just spent $25 and I would have completely forgot that I spent $25. You know, by the end of the weekend, I was like, whatever. I usually spend that at the OTB on the dogs. Which, by the way, I bet dogs. I don't bet horses. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, he's like, when can we get together? And I'm like, great. So we set it up for that Monday. As soon as I got home from work, he called me, and he laid out the platform. He told me exactly what you got to do. He said, "Have you watched your Fast Start training yet?" Nope. Go watch your Fast Start training. Take notes. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Okay. So I went and I spent, I forgot how long it was. I know they've revamped the Fast Start training to kind of be up to date because, again, it's been, what, about 8, 9 months now? Um, but anyway, yeah, I went, it gave me specific directions. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So I did it. And, I set things up and so on. And then that next day, Brent calls me up, and I'm not going to give you the whole story from then until now. But basically, what I'm saying is, for $25, I got somebody that was there to help me get started and to actually point me in the right direction, tell me exactly what I needed to do, and it just kind of grew from there. And I've been slowly building my business. And the biggest thing that I did for this company, or with this company, was I went to an event. I went to New Orleans, and the cool thing was I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. I'm from New England originally. New Orleans is not next to New England. If you don't know New Orleans, it's in Louisiana. And I absolutely loved it. I really didn't get the opportunity to go around town as much. I did go to, what's the name of that bar? Walk-Ons, which is not far from our hotel. We stayed at the Hyatt Regency, beautiful hotel, and that's where we had the 3-day conference, I guess you could call it, or event. But the cool thing about the event was I expected to see people that were just millionaires and completely off my level. People that weren't like me, people that have been in the industry for 50 years, and they already came in with this huge list, and they already knew exactly what they needed to do, and only those people can succeed. I met so many awesome people. Tron and Josie, I want to give you guys a shout out from up in Canada. God, I'm going to butcher your last name. Let me just real quick, just so that people know that you're real people. Let me bring up my Facebook page here. Where the hell? All of a sudden, I don't know where anything is on my Mac. Hold on a second. I definitely want to give you guys a shout out, and Chris, and everybody that we were hanging with, and just down to earth people. And I actually had a book. It was called my motivation book, and I had everybody sign it. And it was awesome. Oh, it might help if I minimize that. Okay, so Facebook, Tron, T-R-A-N, Cappuccino. That's what I thought it was, but I was like, I want to make sure that's his last name so people. Tron Cappuccino, C-A-P-P-U-C-C-I-N-O. Real cool guy. Look him up on Facebook. Him and his wife are in the organization. They're down-to-earth people just like me, okay? And they're making about the same amount of money as I am right now. And they came in just as empty as me, as far as not having this huge organization and things like that. Real cool people, and I love meeting them, and they're up in Canada. As a matter of fact, I'll probably give them a call here in a couple of days and see what's up. So anyway, Tron, Chris, I met a couple of veterans, which names escape me. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names, but I'll always remember faces. I will always remember faces. But the thing was, at the event, it's not just this, rah, rah, we're awesome thing. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody ever said those words exactly. It was called Impact. In fact, you've probably seen it backwards, but Impact 2014. And they actually had the same event in 2 other cities. As a matter of fact, they just got done with Charlotte. And I was going to go to Charlotte. I had the plane ticket and everything set up, but I was up for a promotion at my current job. It's an extra $25 a year. So I was like, look, I've already been to one of these events, and I'd love to go again. I know I already had paid for it, but I'm putting 25 grand at risk. So I stayed and I did the interview and everything, and then I just got an email the other day, and they're like, the position has been put on hold because I guess the individual that's doing the hiring is actually out of town for like 3 weeks. He's a veteran, but his job is to build military education around the country. So he's going to be out of town for like 3 weeks. So yeah, if I get that second interview, um, I'll let you know. And it's not something that I need, but it's definitely a position where I feel I can make the most out of my skills and my assets and helping my military family, which is why I'm still sticking with that. Um, but the additional income that I make, which by the way, income disclaimer, if I mention any incomes or if I mention any amounts, income disclaimer, go to empowernetwork.com/income. Not everybody makes money doing what we do because it all depends on you. It depends on your skill set. It depends on your work ethic. Making money online is hard work. Correction. Making legitimate money online is hard work. You're going to have to put in time, you're going to put in effort, and to really grow, you will have to put down some money to advertise and market. And if that upsets you, then tell me one business out there that's successful that doesn't have to advertise or market or do anything like that. This is the chance for you to actually work your own business and actually have a legitimate income from home. And again, it's $25 to get started. But empowernetwork.com/income.php. I don't know if you have .php, but I always put .php. Anyway, so with that being said, there were other things I wanted to talk about today, and I'll get back to the opportunity again a little bit because what I'm about to teach you is actually a little bit more important than the opportunity. Okay, when we started this off, I was extremely negative, and again, it was a front, so don't think that was it, but it was a front because I wanted to show you, and I wanted to have you feel a little bit of negativity, you know. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to teach you how to take those negative people that are around you and all those negative words and immediately dismiss it, and to where you don't feel any negativity. And you want to write this down. You definitely want to write this down. One of the best ways to do it is simply to, actually the easiest way, is to simply to think of a happy time. Right now, I want you to write down the first moment that comes to mind where you were really happy. The first moment, the very first moment that comes to mind, not the first moment during your life that you were really happy, but something that comes to your mind where you were really happy, whether it was marriage, graduation, your first new car, your first new home, your wedding. I already said that. That's marriage. Your child's birth. Depending on which end you were on that one, I understand. I carried you for 9 months, and child labor for 27 hours, and I never got that story. I never really got to know my mom like that. She's still around. She's actually a friend of mine on Facebook. We don't really talk too much, but I still have a spot in my heart for her. So, but yeah, I never got that story. But started going back in my mind. But to be happy, find that happy moment. But don't just think about that happy moment. I want you to think about what you were wearing. I'm not trying to what you were wearing. I'm not trying to get into that, but think about what you were wearing. Were there other people around you? What were they wearing? What was the atmosphere like? Was it music? Was it quiet? Was it silent? Was the TV going? Was it outside? Was it inside? Things like that. Picture the exact moment. What time of day was it? What were you doing exactly when that moment happened? And then I want you to think about when that moment happened. When that moment happened that made you extremely happy. Picture that feeling. Or start to actually close your eyes and get that feeling going. Think about that moment. Okay? Really seriously think about that moment. And what was it that made you smile? What was it that made you laugh? What was it that gave you that overwhelming sense of joy? Okay? For me, I've had many, but one of them that really made me feel so good about what I accomplished and what I've done. And I'm going to try not to get emotional on this, all right? But any service member that's ever deployed, any veteran that's ever deployed, you get that deployment, and when you deploy, you're not exactly sure if you're coming back. Okay, obviously I came back. Okay, but it wasn't just coming back that was special. I deployed to Bosnia with the 1st Cavalry Division back in the late '90s, and I remember flying back. We flew into Bangor, Maine. I think it was like a 16-hour flight from Germany or something like that. It was long. Trust me, it was long. Flew into Bangor, Maine, customs. Then flew to Fort Hood, Texas. Their airfield out there in West Fort Hood, they still have it. That's where they have their. That's one of the places out there. They got the Apaches and the Blackhawks and whatnot. But we got off the plane, and there's like nobody around, and they're marching us towards this hangar. There's a few people around, clapping and saying hi and waving, and some were taking pictures, and some of the reporters for the local news were out there taking pictures and whatnot. And they put us in formation, and they marched us towards this hangar. Well, first they told us, we're going to go in, there's going to be people there to get your gear, get your weapons, whatnot, and then they're going to sign you out on leave. So like, all right, whatever. I don't see anybody there. My girlfriend wasn't there. Her friends weren't there. I was like, whatever. I was just happy to be home. And so we're marching. We're marching towards it, and the door is barely open. And not just like the regular, you turn the handle, the door goes open, but the big bay door is barely open, just enough for us platoon to start marching. I was like 3rd from the front and marching forward, and I could see, there were a few people in there. And then as we got inside, as we got in, the band strikes up. It's awesome band, Fort Hood band, Army band strikes up. The stands are packed with friends and family, and that's the type of feeling. It's just awesome, and there is no negative words or anything, or anybody that can tell me anything that they think was negative about that event that could ever take that from me. I mean, that just made me feel so good. My girlfriend was there; she's cheering for me, and my friends were cheering for me and everything. And I probably had about a dozen people there. They were there to see me home. I didn't expect. I was hoping my girlfriend was going to be there, but I didn't expect her to be. And well, I didn't expect my friends to be there, and everybody else's families and the kids. The formation didn't even stop, and the children were running up to their dads, and they were running up to their moms, and that's pretty awesome. And so it's feelings like that. That just brings so much joy, so much happiness to you, and a sense of pride. You don't have to be a veteran to have a moment like that. They're all out there. You don't have to be in the military to do that. You can be a civilian with a huge accomplishment that you just really feel good about, and that's awesome. That's absolutely phenomenal. And God, that was awesome, and that was an awesome night. We had a blast, and at the time, most of my friends. Just real quick story. Most of my friends. I was the main DJ before we deployed. I was the main DJ at the Sports Dome on Fort Hood for Friday nights, and yeah, and we had a great time, and I had this little crew that we hung out with and everything, and it was phenomenal. And yeah, I went back, and within a few days, I was back DJing and having a blast, and still being a soldier, but just having a blast. And so those were good times, and those are moments that you want to share, and those are the moments that you want to keep in your mind to, excuse me, to pull from. So whenever anybody puts a negative mood in your area, just dismiss it. Dismiss it. It doesn't matter if they're yelling. It doesn't matter if they're screaming. I don't even hear them. And I don't anymore. I don't even hear them. Even with my boss, I got an awesome boss, but sometimes they deliver us some negative news. I'll listen to what I need to listen to, but if they keep going on, tune them out. Tune them out. And start thinking about positive times. Start thinking about the positive times. Think about the people that I help, and think about the people that I help to stay positive, and because it brings me a lot of joy. I had a gentleman, Brett, real good friend of mine, and he's got a lot of dreams and a lot of passion. He's newly married, and I hope he doesn't mind me using it for an example. But just me talking to him, he's not even in the organization that I'm in. But just me talking to him about how to change his mindset and how to be positive and things to do when you wake up in the morning and whatnot, which I'm going to go over those in a second, has completely changed his attitude to life. Because a few weeks ago, he was pretty much telling me how much he was in such a negative mood, and you could see he was in a negative mood, which is why I pulled him aside and I said, hey, let's go take a break, let's go take a walk. I started talking to him and teaching him the different things that I do and telling him what I do and things like that. And now he's if he doesn't join the organization, that's perfectly fine, because I know he can take the information that I've given him and create a better life just from a mindset, just from having the right mindset on how he attacks his day and how he sets up his day and how he approaches his day on a positive tune, and that is absolutely phenomenal. And you can do that too. You can absolutely do that too, but there is more to offer than just that. That's just one of the things that our family, and I call us a family because we're really close, that's one of the things that our family teaches within the network. And there's just so many other tools that we have. There's tools that will help you make money, but you can't put a dollar amount on this. You can't. If you can build your mind and get your mind right and get straight and get your mind focused on the right path, then you really can't put a dollar amount on that. You can't. You can't put a dollar amount on happiness. You absolutely can't. Like I said, money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure as hell helps. But to do certain things and to look at life a certain way, you don't have to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. So hopefully that part of what I'm talking about has helped you out a little bit. And JD at Bets on Radio is it's spelled out how it sounds. Bets on radio.com is my personal email. And if you ever have issues to where you're struggling and you want to get a little bit more, I'll do a personal hangout with just you, and it won't be taped or anything like that, because all I got to do is not hit the start broadcast button, and me and you can talk. Okay, and I'll be more than happy to sit down with you and talk to you. I'm not a licensed shrink. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a degree in that area. As a matter of fact, I'm a business major. It's what I do. But even though I don't know you, I'll help you. I don't care. Just let me know what you need help with. And if I can help you get your mind right. Speaking of which, think about, everybody knows negative people. And I'm only going to stay on this topic for a second because I don't even like using the word negative. If they're your family members, if they're your friends, if they're negative and they're bringing you down or they're trying to bring you down, you need to let them know that there is no room for that in your life. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't. It does not matter who it is. Whether it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your mom, it could be your dad. If they love you, they will not burden you with their issues or with how their day was just such a piece of shit, because you may have had a great day and you want to hold on to that feeling. And you have the right to hold on to that feeling. So, you go have a good day and stay away from all the negative people. Now, there are 4 steps that I use to help me stay positive and to build me. Not just my business, but me. All right? The first thing is read. Read authors that talk about being positive. Read authors that are successful in the areas that you want to be successful in. Read about individuals that have had the same struggle that you've done, that you've been in, and Terry, one of my roommates, is coming in. He's trying to walk sharply, walk real soft. You don't have to do that, man. Don't do that look on the street. You're gonna scare everybody away. He's an awesome guy. So, but this book right here, I recommend it. It's called Choose Yourself by James. I hope I'm pronouncing the last name right. I think it's Altucher. I'm in the middle of this book. I'm halfway through this book. It's an awesome book. But read books. Read from basically anybody. Get with Lawrence Tan and get on his Book of the Month club, and he can definitely help you out and get you reading things. Okay. So read. Step one, read. Read, 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 read. Read about being successful. Read about the areas that you want to be a success in. Read about the things that you want to be able to change. The next step is to write. And by writing, I'm talking about write out your goals. Write out your dreams. Write out your aspirations. Write about where you want your life to be in 5 years. It doesn't have to be 5 years. It can be your life next year. Write about where you want your life to be in a year. Write about if income's one of your goals, write an income goal. Write it out. You know, if your goal is to make an extra $1,000 a month, you know, and real quick, let's stop with that. Think about right now, and then for some of us, $1,000 might as well be $1 million. For others of us, $1,000 is something we spend at the casino on a weeknight, maybe. But think about it, $1,000. If you had an additional $1,000 to your income right now, what would your life be like? So what I want you to do is not only write your goal, but write about what your life is going to be like when you hit that goal. And I don't care what it is, whether it's to learn a language, whether it's to finish a book, whether it's to finish your degree, whether it's to earn an extra income, whether it's to buy a new car, whether it's to move your family into a bigger house. Whatever your goal is, write it down, and then I want you to write down the outcome of that goal. You know, how is that going to affect your life? For example, if you are moving into a new home, okay, you're moving into a bigger home, you've got 3 kids, you've got a dog, you've got a husband, or you've got a wife, and you know, you finally get to move your family into a new home. How is that going to change your life? How is that going to change your family's life? How is it going to change your dog's life? Dogs are important. By the way, dogs are man's best friend, and cats are plotting to kill you and rule the world. Man law, my own personal thing. And just to go along with that, any dog that bounces when it barks is not a real dog. I just want to throw that out there too. But write about what your life is going to be like. But better yet, make sure you write the time frame to when, if your goal is to get into a new house in a year, if your goal is to get your degree in a year, write it down. I want to be at graduation. If you don't know when graduation is, get a hold of the school that you want to go and get your degree from and ask them when their graduation is or when their graduations are around, so that you know by fall of 2015 I am going to be graduating. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably when I'm going to be graduating. Anyway, I think it is. Yeah, next fall. So write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. The next step is to listen. Listen to audio. Listen to audio. The same rule for reading. Listen to audio of people who are doing what you want to do. Listen to audio of people who are motivated. Listen to audio of people who are living the life that you want to live. Listen to audio of happy stuff. Listen to Pharrell, Happy, 25 times. I think I've listened to it probably 10 times today. I love that song. It's an awesome song. And I'm more of a classic rock person, but that song, 'Cause I'm happy. And again, I'm not going to sing, but because I want you to stay on this webinar with me, and I do not want you to leave. So if I sing, I fully expect you to. As a matter of fact, I would walk out on myself singing. Sounds great in the shower, though. So I am looking at joining the shower circuit. No fun intended. That just sounds dirty. Listen to positive things. Listen to. There's an audio on YouTube you can watch. You can listen to it. It's called Dream by Matus M. And it's got a picture of Will Smith. I listen to it every single day. No shit. And the reason why I listen to it is when I was at Impact in New Orleans, one of the hosts, I think his name was Pablo, came up and he said, I listen to this every single day. And I was like, holy cow, that was the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. I felt so motivated from watching that video that we're remaking that video. We're going to do that audio with, instead of the images that he uses, we are going to do images of my military family. Because ultimately, that if I had the power to just choose one niche that I really want to change their lives, it's my veteran family. Because I understand there are people out there that didn't serve in the military that have had a bad rap, and if I can help you, I definitely will. But I know for a fact that there are veterans out there that have had a bad rap and are not where they want to be in life, and that is my goal. That's where I want to be. That's the people that I really do want to help. Again, though, if you work in the military and you come to me for help, I'm going to help you. I am absolutely going to help you. I'm going to do everything in my power to help you because that's just the type of person I am. I love helping people, and that is reward. That's how I get rewarded. That is, and I don't know if that's a genetic thing or whatever, but I love helping people. I do. That's why this is free. This is free. Usually, I should charge about $197 for my webinars, and you'll get a packet of about 6 webinars that I do on positive thinking and mindset, mentality, and basically just how to do what I do and how to be like me. You don't want to be like JD. You don't want to be like Mike anymore. Mike's like 60 years old. You want to be like JD. Be like JD. No ego involved whatsoever there. But you want to listen to audio. Find an audio. And if you're part of the network, the inner circle audios from those that do and those that are successful are phenomenal. If you're already part of the network, why aren't you listening to the Inner Circle audios? Why aren't you listening to Lawrence Tam? Why aren't you listening to Justin Varengia? Why aren't you listening to Dave Wood? The man kind of knows what he's doing. Listen to him. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite ones from Dave Wood doesn't have anything to do with earning money. Has nothing to do with earning money. It's speak the world into existence. Speak the world into existence, which gets me to my final step, my 4th step, what I want you to do every single day. I want you to market and or advertise. Same difference. Tell everybody what your goals are. Tell everybody, even if they don't want to, even if you don't know, walk up to a stranger and say, I'm going to be successful because this is what I'm going to do. Who knows? They may say, you know what, I want to be successful and I want to do that too. Bam, bring them along. All right? Because I'm yet to meet somebody that says, I don't want to be successful. I don't want to be successful. And if they say that, I don't want to be around them because they're just too damn negative. Get the negative people out of your life. That's the plain and simple. Get the negative people out of your life. I can't stress that enough. Work on yourself. Build yourself. And now that I've built myself and I've built my organization, it's not where I want it to be. But that doesn't mean that it's not in a good spot right now. I have huge goals for my organization. Huge goals for my organization. We're going to hit every single one of them. We may hit them on time. We may hit them a little bit after that. But we, as an organization, as a family, are going to hit every single goal that I have set up. So, absolutely. And one of those goals is to help 500 veterans by the end of this year. Let me say that again. I am going to help 500 veterans change their lives and get on the right track by the end of this year. I am going to help 500 veterans change their lives and get on track by the end of this year. I am going to help 500 veterans change their lives and get on track by the end of this year. I already know it. I know it is. I've already started it. I don't have 500. Not yet. But it's only July? I don't know. It's July. It's July something. I think it's the 9th. Am I right on that? Survey says? No? Yeah? Yeah, okay, good. 9th it is. Well, I got a messed up mind. I got a funny mind. I was talking to one of the girls that I work with today, and she asked me, she's like, "Man, I have no idea how your mind works." And I'm like, "That's funny because either do I." Um, in my mind, a lot of times there's a lot of Jim Carrey from like Liar Liar, Ace Ventura, one of my favorite movies. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Yes, Liar Liar. Yes, Man. Um, I don't know. I just think he's absolutely hilarious, and there's a time and a place for pretty much everything he says that'll make somebody laugh. So there's him, and then I'm a Family Guy person. A lot of people don't like Family Guy, but there's certain things in there that they say that really makes sense. So I was just like, now granted, I wouldn't put my kid, if I had a kid, I wouldn't be like, here, this is how you're going to learn by watching Family Guy. I wouldn't do that. I got enough common sense to understand what is, makes sense, and then shit that's just hilarious. So, um, but write out your goals, read, listen, and then tell everybody. Seriously, tell your parents if you, and whether they believe you or not, tell them anyway. All right? Tell your brothers and your sisters, tell your cousins, tell your aunts and your uncles what your goals are, whether it's to buy a new house, whether it's to earn your education, whether it's to make an extra income, whether it's to just improve your mind in general, your mindset. I have people that come up to me. Some of my closest friends, Ivan Jackson, my co-host, is the first time that I actually realized that this was working. When he came up to me and said, "You know what? I can see a huge difference in you." And then just the other night, when we were going to me and Adam Bird, who's the co-founder, one of the co-founders of Bets on Media, before we were working at the studio, we were driving to, I don't know, someplace where I got a big, juicy, greasy burger in Scottsdale, Arizona. It was awesome. Man. You ever dreamed of a burger before? I haven't yet, but if I did, that would be it. Awesome burger. I can't even think of the place because, again, I'm great with visual things and I'm horrible with memorizing certain things, especially names. Um, but we were driving and he said the exact same thing, just out of nowhere. You know what, man? I want to tell you that I've noticed a real change in you, and I'm impressed. And I was like, oh, really? And then I started telling him exactly why. He asked me, and he can vouch for this. He asked me a simple question. He said, "What was it that lit this fire under your?" It was something like that. It may not be the exact words, but what was it that made you change? Okay, what was it that made you change? And I told him straight up. I said, "Look, there was a day when I got my paycheck from work. And that exact day, I knew my paycheck was gone." There's a bleep in there in case you didn't see me kind of cut myself off. My paycheck was gone. I still had the money, but that paycheck was going to the phone bill, to rent, to my car payment, to insurance, to this and that. And I mean, I had enough money left over to get me food and to get me through the week and get gas in my car. And that day I said, you know what? To hell with this. This is the last time I am ever going to wonder if I'm gonna have enough money to make it to my next paycheck. And that was it. That was it. I was done. That was it. That's when I went out and I said, I got to make money with the blogging, or I got to make money this and that. And that's when I found it. And that's when I found the network. And I'm so happy that I did. I can't tell you. I have no words. I don't. I'm getting a little bit emotional. I'm trying to fight it a little bit, but to find something that actually gives me the freedom to not only not worry about when I don't even care. Even though I know every other Friday I'm gonna have a paycheck, When Friday comes around, I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it. My bills are paid, and I used to have bill collectors blowing up my phone. Matter of fact, this would be the perfect time for bill collector to call me and blow up my phone. And this is, uh, it doesn't ring anymore like that. I'm not afraid to keep my ring on. My ring is on right now. It used to be where I didn't even want my ringer on. And I'm sorry. I don't worry about that anymore. I just don't. 'Cause I don't have any more of those. My bills are paid. They're paid on time. Most of the time, they're paid at a time. So that feels really good. I'm sorry, I'm using my hand in my chair. I don't have any tissues to stand by or anything. They're like over there. So, but this is why I have a passion for this organization because I have friends and I have family members that I know are still in the position that I was in last year, and they're making it. They're paying their bills, but when their kids want to go someplace or their birthdays come around and their kids ask for something, which even if it's not much, they may not be able to get them that. They'll get them something because they're good parents. They'll work hard and they'll get them something, but it may not be what they ask for. I know I can help. I can get them to that point to where it doesn't even bother. I'm not saying you have to buy your kid everything you ask for. I'm not saying that you need to take your wife on a vacation every week. I'm not saying that Christmas needs to be there needs to be a new car in the driveway at Christmas. But wouldn't it be nice if there was? I think that'd be awesome. And yeah, wouldn't it be nice to be able to take your girlfriend to Acapulco like I'm doing in November? She's never been. I already got the whole week for the resort paid for. Again, income disclaimer, empowernetwork.com/income.php. Uh, there is no guarantee to make money in this organization. There isn't. You may never make a single dime in this organization, but then again, based on the skills that you're bringing in or your willingness to learn and your willingness to actually put down some hard work, this could be something amazing. And you can get to where I'm at. And you can get beyond where I'm at. And you know what? You pass me in income. That is absolutely awesome because it has no effect on me. Um, this is our own individual business. We don't have a boss, but we got one hell of a group of individuals, thousands deep, tens of thousands, 100,000 deep, hundreds of thousands deep, who are just living on the beaches of the world, man. And pretty soon I'm going to be on one of those beaches. And I've never been to Acapulco. I can't wait. I cannot wait to go to Acapulco. Um, eh, I've been around the world, mostly third world countries. I've been to Korea, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Germany. Germany's not a third world country, but I've been to Germany, I've been to France, I've been to Bosnia, I've been to Kosovo, been to Australia for 2 weeks. But most of the places I've been to were not for vacation. It wasn't for vacation. And it's been a long time since well, I just came back from New Orleans, so I can't say a long time. It's been a long time since I've traveled outside of the country. Even though I'm in Arizona and Ecuador is like right there. So if I wanted to, I could probably drive, but no, we're flying. Um, but get your mindset straight. Get your mindset straight and figure it out what your goals are before you start attacking your goals and your dreams, or before you start putting down work. And I'm talking about hard work. You need to know why you're doing it and what you want your outcome to be. And if you don't understand what I'm asking for, I can teach you to where you have it written down and you look at it every single day and you absolutely drive. And till you get to, I want to get you to the point to where negative people no longer bother you. I want to get you to the point to where it doesn't matter what happens in your life that a lot of people see as a setback. You still have your minds on your dreams. I want to get you to a point to where no matter what happens, you know that you can win, no matter what it is. And I will be absolutely thrilled if I get a picture from you in your new house. If I get a picture from you when your bills are paid, you know, and you still have money in your bank account, and you got more than enough money in the bank account to get you to your next paycheck. Because that's never the goal. You living life paycheck to paycheck is horrible. I did it for years, especially in the car business. Yeah. After I was the one thing that got me out of being homeless, you know, and I can talk bad about the car business, but the one good thing about it was it got me out of being homeless because I got hooked up with a real good guy. His name's Jeff McConville. I don't know where I'm pretty sure he's probably still in the car business as GM. Last time I checked, I think he was up in Lake Havasu, which isn't a bad place to have a car dealership, by the way. But he gave me an opportunity, no sales experience whatsoever, no nothing. And I got back on my feet. Even though I struggled in the car business for 6 years, and you know I lost a brand new truck out of it, and things like that. But I can talk about those times now because they will never ever happen again. And this was not my intent for this. I didn't mean to get emotional. But follow those 4 steps. Read every day. Write every day. Listen to audio every single day, and then tell people every single day what your goal is. Tell them what your dream is, what it is that you want to do. And for $25 again, if it's a good pizza, it costs less than a good pizza. If it's Domino's, maybe a little bit more unless you add rings, things like that, which is where I started. Now I do like streets, and I love streets in New York. Man, I love streets in New York. But and they got some good pasta at streets in New York too. So so what is the risk to see what it's like to be able to change your life, or to learn what it's going to take to be able to change your life and get to where you want to go? It's $25. What's $25 to you? I mean, I understand even if your money is tight, instead of going out and buying the premier stuff, don't buy the Kellogg's brand cereals. Buy the other brand that's in the bags. I've done that to save money to get my business started. Of course I did that. I buy the off-brand brand. I bought I'll never go back to them again, but the Bar S hot dogs. They cost like $1. And the Bar S bologna also costs like $1. And the dollar bread. Yeah. We got a store out here in Arizona, things called Food City, and the food's cheap. It is. For somebody that's really seriously on a budget, go to Food City. I don't shop at Food City anymore. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't have to. That's the thing. I don't have to shop at places like that anymore. And I don't want like elegant stuff, but you know what? If I want a steak, I can go buy a steak. You know, I don't really buy too much food. I hate cooking. I eat out a lot. Yeah, probably eat out way too much. Basically, is what I'm getting to with that. But $25 for $25, you can learn exactly what it takes to be able to reach your goals. And you're going to have a whole team of people there, including myself, that's going to teach you how to get there. $25. $25. I'm not asking for $25,000. I'm not asking for $10,000. I'm not asking for $8,000. I'm asking for $25 to at least show you. Now the cool thing is this: there's a video attached to this link. If you're clicking on the YouTube page, there's a video attached to this link. It's a badass link because it's a badass presentation by Dave Wood, and he's going to show you exactly what we're all about and what we have. And there's a lot of testimonials on that video. My testimony is just one of them. And I've gotten so much more out of this organization. I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about wanting to have the right mindset, wanting to have the right attitude, and wanting to, be able to help other people. Start with your mindset. Start with what you do every day. When you wake up in the morning, I'm going to be on a real quick roll. I thought I was going to end, but when you wake up in the morning, you want to have a game plan. You want to have something that you watch that makes you happy. You want to have something that you listen to that gets you motivated. Listen to Pharrell, because I'm happy. Perfect song. It is. Look, even if you don't like Pharrell, which I wasn't going to, that's the first song I've ever listened to from him. But within like 2 minutes into the song, I got the song in my head right now. If you know the song, you got the song in your head right now. Don't tell me you don't. You know you do. If you don't have it in your head right now, go to YouTube and YouTube it. Pharrell, happy, P-H-A-R-R-E-L, maybe another L. I hate spelling. Which proves you really don't need to be a brilliant man to be able to do this type of stuff. I mean, look at me. Come on. Do I look like the sharpest person in the world to you? No. I'll watch it. Yes, I'm going for my master's degree, and I'm proud of it. I bust my ass for my master's degree, but that doesn't make me the sharpest person in the world. So, anyways, so click the link below. Watch the video. It used to be that you had to put in your email to watch the video. I took that out. You don't even need to put in your email to watch the video. Watch the video. Watch the video. Watch the video. It's free. It's free. Watch the video. Watch the video. It's free. Watch the video. Go watch the video. Why are you still listening to me? Go watch the video. Watch the video. It starts with, "Hi, my name's Dave Wood, and I want you to pay attention." So when you watch the video, pay attention. Take some notes. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Well, you guys are actually talking, but you know what? I do. I love you guys. If you're taking the opportunity to watch my video and you got something, anything out of this video, then I'm absolutely ecstatic. And yeah, you guys are totally awesome. I love you guys. So hopefully you'll be joining my team, Team 4YC. 4YC, by the way, back in the day, when adults take shit too seriously, just the smallest things bother them, I talk to them and I say, you know what, remember back in the day when you were young, you didn't have any worries, there wasn't any bills. That's the mindset that you need to have. I know you still have bills. Stop stressing on the little shit. Even if your phone's going to get cut off for a day, stop stressing about it. Just tell everybody, you know what, you're not going to be able to reach me for a day. You're not going to be able to reach me for 2 days. You know what, I'm going out of town. You're not going to reach me for a week. Whatever. Figure out a way to deal with it. Stop stressing over shit. Just get it done. All right? You get your life on track. Find positive people. Get around positive people. Kick the negative people out of your life. And I'm going to stop because I went 9 minutes over. But you know what? I love you guys. Team 4YC training next week. Next week, we're going to jump into the blog and a little bit more about what it does. But you can find that out right now. Don't procrastinate. Click on the link below the video. Watch it. It's free. Go watch it. Go watch the video. Go watch the video. Why are you still listening to me? Go watch the video. Please go watch the video. Just go watch the video. Go watch the video. Watch the video. Click on the link. Watch the video. I'm out.